Why is Australian wine so cheap? Is it alcohol mixed with artificial coloring and flavoring, or real wine diluted with water? Many people, except for gifting, wouldn't dare to touch it, fearing it might harm their health. However, since it has passed stringent testing, the issue shouldn't be too significant. Let's take a look at how Australian wine, cheaper than a bottle of mineral water, is made. This is a winery that produces 150 million bottles of wine annually. You're not mistaken, it's truly 150 million. These large grain silo-like steel tanks are the wine barrels used for fermentation, each as tall as a 5-story building. The number of vineyard workers is enough to form an army. Currently, the vineyard covers an area of 170 square kilometers, and it is still expanding. Every spring, workers plow the land, draw rows of straight lines, and along these lines, plant a grapevine every half a meter. Once the grafted grape saplings are planted, they are tended to ensure they take root. Machines are used to loosen the soil and remove weeds. When the saplings grow over 1 meter tall, workers tie the vines to wooden stakes to guide their upward growth. Smart detection systems regularly send environmental data. In addition, technicians use drones to monitor the growth of the vines. Within a year, the newly planted vines will bloom and bear fruit. Workers selectively reduce the number of grapes to improve their quality. Despite the reduction, the yield per hectare still exceeds 2,000 kilograms. January is the harvest season for grapes each year. Technicians taste each variety of grape to determine whether it meets winemaking standards. Once approved, various machines come into play. This harvester can replace the work of 200 workers. When the harvester passes the grapevines, its vibrating glass frame shakes at a frequency of 4 times per second. The only task for the workers is to steer the harvester and avoid damaging the grapevines. The shaken grapes fall onto conveyor belts, which transfer them to tractors. Each tractor can carry 6 tons of grapes per trip. Once full, the grapes are transferred to large trucks. This tractor and harvester combination can harvest 200 tons of grapes per day. It's a race against time. As soon as the truck is full, it rushes to the winery. Summer in Australia means grapes spoil quickly. Upon arrival at the winery, each batch of grapes undergoes sample testing. The sugar content, the most crucial data, determines the wine's quality. In the past, grape juice was extracted by stomping. Imagine Europeans centuries ago who never bathed their entire lives. The smell of their feet must have been unbearable. Things are different now. Foot stomping is seen as a traditional craft, almost too sophisticated for most people to relate to. This factory uses a large crusher to process the grapes, taking only 25 minutes to crush a truckload. The crushed grapes are then separated by rotating blades, removing the stems. The cleaned grapes go through equipment to separate the skins and flesh. The juice obtained foams strangely, looking unappetizing, but the worker claims it tastes amazing. The frothy raw liquid is filtered again. After filtering out the remaining particles, it is sent to fermentation tanks. The grape juice ferments in these steel barrels for about 10 days, with cooling equipment maintaining the temperature. Red wine ferments at 24 degrees Celsius, while white wine ferments at 13 degrees Celsius. After fermentation, the wine is extracted from the barrels and sent to the bottling workshop. One set of equipment can bottle 36,000 bottles of wine per hour. With such high production, it's no wonder why it's so cheap. Would you dare to drink it next time you come across it?